Welcome everyone. Today we are going to do a reading for those of you who are going through a twin flame experience, let's call it. We're going to really look at the divine masculine today. Normally I do both the masculine and the feminine together, but I don't know, I just feel like doing the divine masculine today. So what we're looking at is their current energy. Anything we need to know, anything we can know. Many of you know that I connect with my guides when I do readings, so whatever messages we can have, we're going to accept them. So welcome again, and let's go ahead and get into the reading. I'm going to use two different decks, and you know, they're kind of opposing decks. We have the Light Seers, which is very kind of upbeat, and then we have the Tarot of Night. Not that it's not upbeat, but it reads a little bit darker, but I feel like it shows us, you know, like real issues that maybe they're dealing with or that we're dealing with. And don't forget, you know, if you're the divine feminine and you're here for the divine masculine, you'll probably receive messages too. So we're going to go ahead and get right into it. So we're going to use the Light Seers for the main spread, and then we're going to use the Tarot of Night to clarify. Okay? Don't mind my hand. I had a little accident. I fell down my basement steps, broke my foot, sprained my wrist. But getting better and better every day. Alright, one more shuffle. Everything's pre-shuffled, by the way. So, divine masculine. What is your energy? What is going on right now? Divine masculine. What can we know? What should we know? Alright, let's give them a cut. And I am going to shuffle for these. So, let's begin. Divine masculine's current situation. Okay, well, they all came face up. Alright, we have the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands. We have the King of Pentacles. Can be a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Doesn't have to be, though. They could have Earth in their chart, or it could just be talking about, you know, when I see a king or a queen, I think of their energy more than their sign. Like, you know, what are they known for? King of Pentacles is someone who, you know, when they look at life, they look at the big picture. This person looks kind of laid back. I have a feeling right now the divine masculine's in a little bit of reflection, but let's keep going. We have the Seven of Wands. And bring the lid down so you can see these a little better. It's interesting because I feel like this king, and again, can be a queen. Remember, when you're in a twin flame relationship, you know, sometimes you're going to be more in the masculine. If you're the feminine, you may be carrying more of the masculine energy. Sometimes you're going to carry more of the feminine energy. That was weird, but it did not come out, so. Okay, it looks like something keeps trying to flip around. Make sure it didn't flip. Nope. It's like something's trying to come out here. Okay. We have the Page of Swords. I think I brought that down too much. You know, just going from this first line, I feel like the masculine right now, I do feel like they're in some type of reflection. I feel like they're trying to figure out, you know, first of all, I want to say I also feel like they may be around some drama, and I feel like part of maybe their lesson here is to rise above that drama. It's like taking hit after hit after hit. But I feel like, this may be what's pushing them, because I feel like it's almost like I feel like I'm being pushed, but what I'm being pushed to look at is my responsibilities, potentially in maybe a relationship that they may be in right now. They're trying to figure out their responsibilities within it, like what's my responsibility, what, am I taking on all the responsibility? I also feel like they probably have been through some karmic lessons, maybe needed to clear some karma from like a previous life, and I feel like that's what they may be doing right now. Page of Swords could certainly talk about, I almost feel like this king is looking over at this page, and to me the page could certainly be like thinking about communicating, thinking about, reaching out. I do feel like, though, this king, or let's just say this masculine, divine masculine, is definitely in the midst of something, and it does not feel easy. I do feel like, in a way, they're learning how to keep their calm in the midst of a storm, which may be an important lesson for them to learn. I do feel, though, that you are on their mind. But in the same breath, I feel like what they're reflecting upon is, should I stay or should I go? And I don't mean with you. I mean, if they're connected to someone else, I don't feel a sense of joy or happiness. I feel more, this is a lot of ego type energy here. And probably fighting, you know what I mean? Like some fighting type energy. I almost feel like if there was someone, like this person just keeps like accusing them of something over and over and over again, and I feel like it's becoming too much. I hate to say, I don't know if I hate to say this, but because sometimes I do feel sad for the other person, but if there's someone else on this king's mind, it's not like it's on purpose. It just is. You just are. We have the World. Okay. Well, that's interesting, because I feel like the world certainly speaks about the next chapter, a new chapter, and the next portal. Coming into that Nine of Wands. So it's like, nines to me are the final reflection. So reflecting back, trying to understand, as much as I can understand. And then I feel like this king is thinking about leaving their current situation. So let's see. We have the Hangman. Interesting. Interesting, though, it makes sense. We have the Ten of Swords. Okay, I'm not surprised to see this, because I feel like, listen, I'm not going to say that this king is an angel. I'm just not going to say that, because he's probably not, right? He's human, he or she. However, I do feel like this king is dealing with a lot. So much so that, and listen, I feel like sometimes this is how divine works. Like, maybe I can't, like divine saying, well, I can't get them to move unless I make it really, really difficult to stay. So the Hangman here is like a pause in the action, but I feel like it's been a pause, right? It's been the pause. But certainly I feel like he has on his mind leaving. And then you have that Ten of Swords coming under that Seven of Wands. Ten of Swords is, dagger, 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 dagger after dagger in the back. This is bad communication. I feel like wherever this king is at right now, like, I would not want to be in their household, because I feel like there's a lot going on, and in, negative. I don't feel anything positive. I feel negative. The only positive thing I feel out of this is it may be what makes the king finally make a move that I feel like he already wants to make. Now, I do feel like this king is thinking of you. Again, when I say king, can also be queen. But I do feel like they are thinking of you. I can't say they're going to reach out right away. I do feel like they are going to end a relationship. And it may have taken quite a bit of time. But I feel like it gets to the point where it's almost like I don't have a choice. It's so difficult where I'm at. It's so difficult who I'm dealing with. The communication is horrible. The ego is overridden everything. I feel like there's no love here. There is no love here, and there is no love lost. Alright, let's keep going. Oh, okay. We'll take you. Look at this. The Two of Cups. So Two of Cups is coming under this Page of Swords, right where I feel like this king is, like, you are on his mind. And it's interesting. I feel like many times, like, if you're in a twin flame relationship, putting a title to it may make no sense to someone, right? Like, this king may not be thinking like, oh, that's my twin, but they are thinking, that's my love, right? This is soulmate energy. To me, it just means it's someone I feel like eternally, I don't know if I want to use the word tied to, but like, it's almost like an eternal, well, it probably is eternal love. Eternal love. And what's mirroring the Two of Cups is the world. The next chapter. The next chapter in this king's life. Let's keep going. I think I want to take 4 more. So let's move these up just a hair. And I just want to take, now there a card flipped. So interesting. I keep seeing a card flip, but then I go to look for it, it's not there. Okay, well, let's keep going. We have the Five of Pentacles coming under the world. We have the Six of Wands. I'm kind of happy to see that. We have the King of Swords. Can be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But honestly, what I'm feeling here is this king is rising above the drama, is learning how to rise above the drama, is learning how to, I just feel like it doesn't want to fight anymore. Like, I just don't want to fight anymore. I don't want to deal with this battle. I want this battle to be over with. But in the same breath, I feel like partly what's on this king's mind, this may be someone who is married or in a committed relationship, because I feel part of maybe what has held me back is, especially with the Five of Pentacles here, is, I may take a hit in my pentacles. And I guess that wouldn't be easy. But, again, I feel like this was what, when I'm sitting there thinking, if I'm the masculine and I'm with someone right now and this person is like full of drama and the communication, and listen, maybe they deserved it, I don't know. But I know right now, I feel like they're dealing with that. They're dealing with horrible communication. I feel like, you know, like I would not want to be in this household. But I feel like the only thing that may have kept me longer than what, you know, because I feel like this king is feeling, because there's no love here yet, right? The only love that's on the table is for whoever this king is thinking about. And then the Two of Cups shows up under it, mirrored by the World. So a new chapter, and it is not with the person they're with now. I can tell you that much. Well, it would be you. It would be you. But, you know, it doesn't make it just easy, because I don't feel like anything's going to be easy here for the king. Now, again, I feel like this king may be taking, or, you know, what's keeping me here in this, I feel like saying hell, my pentacles. My pentacles. And it would make sense that the King of Pentacles would come out with that type of energy, right? Because the King of Pentacles would worry about the Pentacles, right? Because I feel like it's almost like I have to do a 50-50 split. But I feel like eventually they feel like it's going to be worth it. Okay, and then look at this, Temperance, divine timing. You know, Temperance to me is mixing the perfect recipe together for these two twins. The perfect timing. You know, I feel like if let's say I'm, you know, clearly I want to be with this king, right? But this king has other things that he's dealing with right now. I feel like protection for you is so you don't have to become part of that. Now, some of you may already be part of that, right? Because I feel like this king already knows of you. Not just knows of you, but I feel like must have love for you. And I feel like if they're starting a new chapter, that chapter would include you. Now, it doesn't always mean right away, right? Think about like times that you've left, you know, a serious relationship. Many times we don't jump right back into another one. Sometimes we need time, and that may be what this is talking about. Temperance is, I feel like, protecting you, protecting this king. I do feel like this king is with a karmic partner. Now listen, if he's with a karmic partner, it's because, you know, I feel like if we're dealing with karma, it's because we ourselves were the way this person was, you know, in a previous lifetime. So now we have to know what that feels like. And I feel like, you know, especially with the 9 right beside him, he's going to be able to reflect upon that and understand that. But Temperance, again, it's like letting go of control and knowing that when the time is right, the time will be right. You know, because there's nothing, I feel like there's nothing we can do to move this along. It has to land on his shoulders. And I feel like he already knows that. He already knows that. And what I find interesting too, if I go right down the line, we have the Hangman, right? But the World right next to it. So when am I going to begin this next chapter? Below it, we have the 6 of Wands, which is the energy of victory. So I feel like this king is going to free himself. And when? Well, I feel like when he can't take it anymore. And I feel like he's right there. Like, I'm right there where it's like, I don't know if I can even take this anymore. Let's look at the bottom of the deck. Look at this, 3 swords. Alright, let's bring in the Tarot of Night right away and go over these. These are already pre-shuffled too, by the way. I don't want to give them too many shuffles because of my wrist. Alright, so let's look at this a little closer. If, you know, I have to say, it feels very clear to me. First of all, this king If you look at this King of Swords, he's sitting on top of his mountain, right? It's like I've climbed the mountain. I've reached the mountaintop. With the Ten of Swords above that, I feel like it just means that, this person is leaving someone who, again, just, he's rising above. He's rising above. Let's put it that way. He's rising above what I feel like cannot be saved anyway, especially with the Ten of Swords there, and then the Seven of Wands. It's like, again, it feels kind of like, my hell. And it's not what I want. Not what I want. Doesn't make it easy, right? Especially maybe they have a family. But still. Maybe he's already told this other person, and this could be part of what, I feel like fighting. Part of what the fighting is right now. We have the Six of Pentacles. Did show in reverse, though. So interesting. Six of Pentacles is really, learning that fine art of give and take, right? In equal amounts. Like I learned, like I give, but I also have to learn to receive. This is also a very generous type card. But it's interesting because it's in reverse. I feel like it's talking about his pentacles. And I feel like, it's going to be hard for me. Listen, even if it's not a divorce and like I'm giving 50% of what I have away, it still feels like it's going to cost him money, whether it's just I have to go rent an apartment or have to go buy a new home, whatever it is. I definitely feel there's imbalance around him. Not really feeling that it's him, though. I feel like it's the other person. So let's keep going. Let's figure this out. Two of Wands, right over the King. Two of Wands. Well, clearly this King is thinking of moving on. Clearly he's thinking of taking a step in a new direction. I love that the two came out right now over the King, because this is someone who is probably thinking of you in a very positive way. Almost like, I feel like saying, how did I get myself stuck in this situation? Like, how did I do that? Like, what's going on here? But nonetheless, he's thinking. Well, this isn't even a thinking card. This is more about I want to take the action. I want to move forward. I want to move into the world's energy, into the next portal with you. Ten of Cups. We have the Wheel. Interesting. The Wheel is coming over the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords, I feel like, is you. It doesn't matter what your sign is. And why I feel like it's you, it's because I feel like you are on their mind. You are on their mind. Listen, maybe I don't even know this person yet. It's still, I feel like this King is still thinking, there's better out there. Like, this is not what I would call love, right? This is not, this is not my happy life. This is not my happy wife. I'm thinking of you. And the Wheel comes out, especially with Temperance down here, and the Two of Cups above that, and now Destiny. Right next to that Ten of Cups. And then we have, well, boy, do I love seeing this, the Three of Wands. So interesting. We have the Two of Wands right over the King. Now we have the Three of Wands right over the World, the next chapter. This is definitely taking a step into it. Taking a step forward. Now, how long is it between kind of, ending this to moving into, let's say, a potential relationship or coming back together with you, depending on your situation? I think it's going to really depend on this king, but I feel like first of all, I feel like you're being protected, because I feel like if you were to be involved in all this, it would just be that much more difficult. And I don't feel like that's what your guides want for you. Like, it's the king's responsibility to figure this out, right? Because he's the one who got himself into this situation. Again, it could be karmic, but nonetheless, he got himself into a situation where, listen, maybe he thought it was love, but it didn't turn out that way. Not at all. Quite the opposite. All right. Look at that. The Ace of Cups. Wow. Over the Hangman. Love. Unconditional love. It's that type of love, even if I'm not with you, doesn't mean that I don't love you. Even if I'm with someone else, doesn't mean that you're not in my heart. And it may have taken 10 years for this king to figure this out. But nonetheless, here it is. Here is the Ace of Cups. Five of Wands coming over that 10 of Swords. Look at the ego energy. Coming over the 10 of Cups, under the 7 of Wands. I feel like this is their current partner, let's say. It just makes sense. I feel like the King of Swords is about, this king is rising above all this drama, understanding like nothing can be settled here. You know what I mean? It's too far gone. It's too far gone. And then you have the 5 of Wands with that. Well, I feel like this is the king letting whoever they're with know that it's time for it to come to an end. Angel of the Night. Angel of the Night. It makes me think of right off the bat, like when I lay my head down, like if I'm the king or the divine masculine, when I lay my head down on my pillow at night, you're the one who comes to my mind. You're the one I might fantasize about. You're the one who, you're my angel. You are my angel. But I didn't know that. I didn't know that, but doesn't mean I didn't love you, or I still love you. Right over that 2 of Cups. I also feel there's something different, like they feel there's something different about you. And listen, maybe if you were with this divine masculine before, it's like there's something unique about you, and maybe back in the day it bothered them, but not now. Not now, because I feel like they're seeing you, or they're understanding more and more and more about like love and you and what it would be like with you. I just love this line. I love this line. And this is all you over here with divine controlling it. And I hate to say controlling it, just knowing that, again, temperance is about patience. First and foremost, it's a lesson in patience. Why do I need to be patient? Well, because what it's mirrored by is the 5 of Pentacles. So the divine masculine needs to make this change, right? But he needs to make it on his own. He needs to, I feel like divine wants him to come to these realizations on his own. I feel like he is. And again, I keep saying he, but just put yourself in it wherever fits. But this is part of what the patience is. I feel like it's allowing him to finish whatever this is and get the guts to move on, which I definitely feel like he's going to. I don't feel like it's going to be easy, and I feel like that is why Divine is somewhat protecting you from it, right? Because again, you being thrown into the mix, even though you're already in his heart and on his mind, you don't want to be part of this drama because it would not serve you. All right, let's keep going. The Hierophant. First of all, it's a card of Taurus, but this is about one's belief system. You know, it's a 5, so it's questioning that belief system. Interesting that it's coming over another 5, right? The 5 of Pentacles, which is a difficult time. 5 of Pentacles means, you know, I need to, well, it just feels like it's a period of time where, listen, first of all, this ego and this horrible communication will go away, but nonetheless, it does feel like it just takes a moment. I feel like this Divine Masculine needs or is finding himself again. Let's just put it that way, like coming to his own truth. It's interesting because I feel like whoever this person is that they're potentially with, I feel like very quickly, like, you know, they may have thought, like, I don't know, I think I love you. But very quickly, I feel like they figure it, like, very quickly, I feel like this is a bad relationship right off the bat. Right off the bat. But yet, I do feel like they had stayed for a while. Now, why? Because I feel like they felt some responsibility to it. But now, I feel like it's gotten so difficult, and not just that, but because you're heavily on their mind and in their heart, they want to move towards that. That's what they want to move towards. The Hierophant, I feel like being mirrored by Temperance is, you know, it's like Divine helping them to find themselves again. Also card Taurus, by the way. Well, hello, Empress. This would be you. You know, I often, when I'm doing a reading and I see like the Emperor and the Empress come out, I often think of twins. It doesn't have to be, but I definitely see that. But look at this Empress though. She's like, you know, I don't know. I feel like, what am I feeling? I'm feeling like he's uncertain of how you may respond to him or her. You know, can you be a twin and be same sex? Yeah, I think so. I think a twin could be a best friend. I think a twin could be a child, a mother. You know what I mean? Not all twins, I feel like, come in to be lovers in every lifetime. And not all twins plan on being together in every lifetime. Sometimes we need our own experiences, right? Because when we come together, it really is quite a, and I mean really together, it's an experience like no other. We have the 7 of Pentacles. Well, another energy of patience. 7 of Pentacles, you know, often when I see the 7 of Pentacles, I think of like trying to pull an apple off the tree before the apple is ripe. Why do I want to do that, right? Because if I bite into that apple, it's going to be sour. It's not going to be good. So waiting for that apple to be ripe and then plucking it from the tree. Seven of Pentacles is also about your soul seeds of intention. But patience. Definitely, this has been a lesson in patience for probably you. Look at that. The Ace of Pentacles coming right over Temperance. Ace of Pentacles talks about something coming into your physical world that's going to expand it. Well, we are doing a twin flame reading. We're actually doing the Divine Masculine, but who else would it be? Who else would it be? Coming over Temperance. It's like, sweetie, let go of control of exactly how this must happen. And instead go with the flow. Go with the flow. Like, what do I mean by that? I mean, keep your life interesting and creative, and you know what I mean? It's like, don't put yourself on hold for anyone. Temperance doesn't want you to do that. Like, trust in the right time will be the right time. But she's delivering exactly what she said. Here is the Ace that does come into the physical world. And then, well, hello, Emperor. How interesting. Followed by the Eight of Wands. How interesting. So now we do have the Empress. And now we have the Emperor. With the Eight of Wands. What I think about, I bring about. What I think about, I bring about. Well, this king has been thinking of you. This is also fast-moving energy. So, you know, like, I felt like, you know, this king may need a moment after this relationship ends just to, like, gather himself again. But then again, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe he's clear about the love he has for you. All right, let's take two more, or whatever wants to come out. That's why I don't put a limit on it. We have the Eight of Swords. Look at this, another ace coming over Temperance. So we have the Ace of Pentacles, now we have the Ace of Swords. I have a feeling this is going to be communication. Like, I feel like they're going to reach out and communicate in some way. And then we have the Hermit, which is perfect. First of all, card of Virgo. But this is also about really, you know, I feel like this king is becoming a spiritual soul. Yeah, I mean, he's already a spiritual soul, but understanding that, right? Learning about energy and working in divine energy. This is someone who comes to the table much wiser than what they were. This is someone who has had deep reflection. I feel like right now they're going through the dark night of the soul. And because of that, that's what's pushing them forward to the next step. The Hermit. And then we have the High Priestess. Some of you are, how do I want to say this, telepathically connected. You know, it's like your hearts are connected. I feel like, boy, I feel like it's taken this king a while to realize all this. And again, I do feel like this king, I feel like he had some karma to pay back. And I feel like the person they're with is the karma. So they have to come to that realization, right? Like, okay, maybe I was that way at one time. Now I see and understand how it feels to be like this person they're with is, right? Very confrontational. You know, someone who wants to fight a lot. Someone who keeps throwing daggers. Now I get it. Now that I've experienced it, I get it. And I understand it. And I feel like that's what the Divine Masculine is saying. Oh, okay. And then we have two more cards. we have the King of Wands, and then we have the Chariot. Now, both of them showed in reverse. So, King of Wands is someone who is action-oriented. Can be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But this is someone who's action-oriented. This is someone who moves according to their desires and their passions. And listen, maybe it doesn't work out all the time. Maybe that's what this whole relationship here is about, right? Like, it felt passionate for a moment. I moved into it, and then boom. And maybe that's why it's in reverse. The Chariot. Unlimited potential. Unlimited potential. But because it's in reverse, I feel like it's just saying the potential of saving this. And I don't even feel like they want to save it. But even if they did, it doesn't feel, it just feels like, it feels like it's gone too far. You know what I mean? Like, it just feels like, it's almost like two people who kind of hate each other now. And I don't like saying that, but that's kind of what I feel like, you know. But I have to tell you, I feel like their lesson is, I feel like they needed to have this experience to understand what it feels like to be on the other side of the table. So they're learning that. And I feel like, well, I do feel like, you know, I feel like, I'm sure there's different masculines or different phases, but it's giving us like a guideline of what's going on when the movement happens. You know, feels like divine is all for this ending so this can begin. Doesn't make it easy. You know what I mean? Because it's life-changing, and life-changing, even if it's for the better, is still difficult. Again, I feel like this king is, you know, someone worried about, you know, I am going to maybe lose half of what I own. But I feel like the love in his heart for you is stronger than, because I definitely feel like when they lay their head down on a pillow, you're the one they think about. Maybe even like dreaming, like when I dream of you, and maybe you dream of them, and maybe you're truly connecting in the dream world. Alright, you know what? I feel like I want to just take a Mother Mary card over this whole spread. And let's just get some words of wisdom from Mother Mary. And this is more for you. Caring. Caring. Heaven cares for me, and I keep my heart open to caring about myself, others, and the world. All right, let's read that from the book. Because I do feel like this is more for those who are watching. Mother Mary sent you this card as a reminder that she cares deeply for you and your family. Although you may sometimes feel alone, you are definitely watched over and protected. My God, did I feel that's exactly what is happening here. You are being protected. When life is stressful, though, as it has been lately for you, you may not feel the Blessed Mother's loving presence. So carry this message with you to help you know the divine love is here for you. This card also asks you to keep your heart open and continue caring for others, even though you may feel unappreciated or used. Remember that your spiritual path is to be loving and helpful, not to change others. However, you don't need to, nor should you, stay in any abusive or toxic situation or relationships. You can care for someone from afar. Most important, Care for yourself, dear one. Take time for you and attend to things that are important for your health, your happiness, and your well-being. Beautiful. Well, I have a feeling that's for both of you. So, I feel like this is a very revealing look at where the Divine Masculine's at. This reading may not be for everyone, but if it's for you, I feel like you're just going to know it. Like, you're going to feel it. You're going to know it. Just want to look under that Three of Swords. King of Wands. Justice. Justice. Maybe a divorce. Cutting of ties. Justice also speaks of karma, though. So, that makes sense. I feel like once this king steps into the next portal, things start moving. Now, does it happen instantly? The Eight of Wands would say, well, it happens quickly. But I do feel like there is a need for him just to take a deep breath after this. Though, again, I could be wrong. It's funny I'm saying that because, again, I feel like you're in their mind. You're on their mind. You're in their heart. You're in their thoughts. You're in their dreams. So it may move quick. It may move quick. He or she may move quick. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it there, guys, and I'm going to do this as a premiere because I want to hear your comments. I want to be part of it, so we'll watch it together again. I hope this helped some. Again, there's nothing we can do to even help this king along. This is something he's got to figure out. It's part of his soul seed of intention. Again, whether it's a karmic relationship that, listen, he just needed to pay it back. He needed to end that karma, right? And the only way I can end it is to understand it. And I feel like mainly what it's saying is this person needed to realize maybe the way they were with you, or, now they're on the other side. They get it. They understand it. They're coming to you much wiser than what they were. They have gone through the dark night of the soul, but they needed to. They needed to. This is something they need to take care of. You can just send them love if you want. But I feel like with Temperance here again, it's a card of Sagittarius, by the way. I don't know if I ever said that. But it is about divine timing, and it does ask you to let go of control. If I can't, don't try to control what you cannot control. And this part you cannot control. And you're not even meant to, because this is their lesson to learn. But once they learn that lesson, listen, I feel like once I was a boy, and now I'm coming to you as a man. Or if it's the other way around, once I was a girl, and now I come to you as a woman. With the wisdom. The Emperor and the Empress both showing up together, I feel like is perfect. Because I do feel like it's just verification for those who may have needed it. And I think I'm just going to leave it there, guys. Yeah, I love you. I thank you. If you enjoyed the video, I would like a thumbs up if you wouldn't mind. I don't even know why I said that. You know what I mean? I don't even know why I said that. It doesn't even matter. But I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it helps give you some clarity, but not just that, maybe some comfort. Because I feel like more than anything, I need that comfort. So, know the divine is working on your behalf. And also protecting you. Protecting you from the harshness that they're going through. Why do you don't need to be a part of that, right? And there's no need for you to be a part of it, because I feel like that would just throw more fuel on the fire. This is part of your will, part of destiny, both of you. and the experiences. Like, the wheel is just not about two people, or destiny is not just about two people meant to be together. It's about everything that is meant to happen in this lifetime, all the soul's experiences. Temperance is bringing you that Ace of Pentacles and that Ace of Swords. So I have no doubt that in time, and listen, again, for different people, it may be at different times, but I feel like once this is dealt with, I do feel like, because we have the Eight of Wands, they're reaching out sooner versus later. And it may just start with like a phone call or emails or text, or social media, that type of thing. But then I feel like it builds very quickly. So I kind of love this reading, even though I kind of feel sorry for the king, though I feel like the king had to learn this lesson. He had to learn this lesson. He had to grow up. That's what I feel like. Like, he had to grow up. Okay. I love you guys. I will see you next time at our table. Bye-bye.